Hi, thanks for watching a new video blog today from Buenos Aires in Argentina.
Argentina, Argentina, tierra del sol, pero las flores están secas, los campos son desiertos. ¿Por qué estás muriendo? ¿Por qué estás muriendo? Despierta Argentina, lucha por sobrevivir. No te quedes quieto, prospera Argentina. Despierta, despierta Argentina, lucha por sobrevivir. ¿Por qué estás muriendo?
Now I made a whole series of countries that are dying. I've been to Finland, Estonia, Latvia, Kazakhstan, Oman, Dubai, Greece, and I recorded their videos about the birth rates in those countries, and almost all of these countries were literally already dying. And now I'm here in Argentina, and unfortunately Argentina is also dying. With a birth rate or a total fertility rate of 1.5 children per woman, the country is dying. Because you need at least 2.1 children per woman, and I always prefer to say per family, to survive. And here in Argentina the number is 1.5. So that is very under the replacement levels. And Argentina is an example of a country that is built because of exploding birth rates. Because this country was founded by Spanish, Italian, German and other European people, because in their home countries the birth rates were so increasingly high that they have to move somewhere else, that there was a need for more land. Now of course a part of this can be contributed to agriculture, because if you have agriculture then there is a need for more land. It's just a fact. The more you live off agriculture, the more land you need. If you live traditionally, and that's how I would prefer to live, and that is how I would prefer people to live, is with animals, nothing else, no agriculture, then there is not such need for land. But okay, let's go back to the times in Europe when there was an exploding birth rate. 6-7 total fertility rate per woman. With a birth rate this high, countries like Italy and Spain run out quickly of land. They needed new land. And they moved overseas to countries like Uruguay, Argentina and Brazil. At those times, they kept also in these countries the birth rates very high. Because that was just normal. It's natural to have a positive birth rate, because you can clearly see that a new birth rate means new creations. And yeah, sure, creation of civilization, but also creation of larger families, of more life, of more joy. And like I say, I'm not a fan of civilization, of agriculture, but I am a fan of families, family life. And you can see that new families, new children means new life, means more happiness, because it's better to see a growing population than a shrinking population. It's just natural to have a growing population. And like I say, Argentina is an example what happens if your population is growing. People will move to new places, discover new places, build up new communities, places to live, and make it into their own. And sure, I'm talking a little bit like a normie now, because I think that the exploding birth rates in Europe were very positive, but they shouldn't have to move to America, because it's just all based upon agriculture, and they of course are a little bit disturbing the indigenous people here. So I'm just talking a little bit like a normie. My ideal will be an exploding population in Europe, but all living in tribes, traditionally, without agriculture and civilization. But if you're watching this and you're more a normie person, normie kind of person, then it must convince you to see that low birth rates aren't very positive for civilization either. Because look what exploding birth rates have accomplished for a country as Argentina. Beautiful buildings, like I say, if you love civilization, a beautiful park, a beautiful place in a country that is as sunny as Spain or Italy. It has the same atmosphere. It's basically, I remember the first time I came here 11 years ago.
Hi, leuk dat je weer kijkt naar een nieuwe video. Ik ben vandaag in Argentinië, in Buenos Aires. En ik wou het vandaag met jullie hebben over richt jezelf meer op je innerlijke wereld en minder op de buitenwereld. Je moet je me voorstellen, een mooi voorbeeld vind ik altijd mensen die indruk proberen te maken op jou. Ik moet wel als mens.
I remember that it felt a lot like Spain. It was for me sort of a new Spain. And that is what you get when the birth rates are positive. Even in civilization, you have positive tendencies when the population is exploding. They will build new civilizations. It's all positivity, even in something damaging as civilization. Let alone if you leave out the civilization and if you live tribally, naturally, etc. It's even better. More people means more joy. People don't want to be alone, they want to be with other people. And they want to be in a young population. It just makes them happier. And it's sad that Argentina is not doing that. There's so much land in Argentina that's empty, where people can live with cows, eat the delicious beef, enjoy it, enjoy life with children. Children are the most fun and amazing people that we have. They bring life, they are new life, they give the hope for the future. And Argentina is empty, totally empty. There's so much land to live. And I don't get why this country has such low birth rates. Because there's no need for low birth rates. If you live naturally, traditionally, you can have up to 12 children. Look at the Amish. Look at the Mennonites. They do it. Because they live traditionally, naturally. Maybe tribally. Life is just great when there are many children around you. I've seen this in Africa, where the birth rates are still very positive. 4 or 5 children per family. It's a different feeling. You just feel more happy when you are around a lot of young children. Because they bring joy, they're funny, they have the energy, they give life, they have plans, they do things, you can educate them. It's nice, it's fun, it's great. Your life has a meaning when there's children around you. So once this country was a place of hope. New land, lots of new lands, without ending, so much land for the Europeans to explore and to use to make their own, because the birth rates were super high. And now it is a dying country. Population is getting older, no newborns, not enough to sustain the culture. And no growth, no expanding, but shrinkage. Everything will become smaller. Population will become smaller, economy will become smaller, everything will become smaller. Less fun, less children means less fun, life is less fun. Economy will come to a halt, because no more newborns means no growth in the economy, no need for new houses, no need for new cars, no need for nothing. It's just going to be dry as the soil here. Just dead, nothing. And it's a pity. I think that the ancestors of the Argentinians were great people. They had large families, they understood life. They moved abroad even though they had nothing. They came with nothing and they built up everything and could afford to have a larger family. And nowadays, the so-called richest country of Southern America, look at it, 1.5. People aren't having families. It's very sad, even though they can have many children if they just change a little bit their ways. If they just move away from civilization. If they move to the countryside, start a farm, have animals, live off the animals, drink the rainwater, drink the milk of their cows, grill the meat, and just live. That is how I see the future of Argentina in the most positive way. Have large families, move away from civilization, and act like your ancestors that took the courage, had the courage to go here on a boat, hours and hours, maybe weeks, to a new country with nothing. They came from nothing. They came from the slums, maybe from Palermo or Madrid, or maybe from Frankfurt, who knows? And they built something new here. Now I hope that with this video I can change the mentality of a few of the Argentinian viewers that I have. Maybe they learn something from it. Maybe they can share the video to their fellow Argentinians. I hope so. I hope that they can turn around and start to live more naturally and have a growing population again. So it was for today from Buenos Aires, Argentina. I say thank you for watching. See you next time.
Argentina, Argentina, tierra del sol, pero las flores están secas, los campos son desiertos. ¿Por qué estás muriendo? ¿Por qué estás muriendo? Despierta Argentina, lucha por sobrevivir. No te quedes quieto, prospera Argentina. Despierta, despierta Argentina, lucha por sobrevivir.